I know that many of us have heard that cliche that you don't get more than you can handle, but I've come to realize that this is true in such a grander scheme of things. We get exactly what we are meant to handle. That's why sometimes people who get a horrible disease handle it with such grace because they were given what they can handle, whereas somebody else is handed something else like bankruptcy or something in their lives that person that got sick couldn't handle so gracefully. We receive exactly the challenge that we are meant to receive. Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leeor Alexandra. Welcome to the Baby Elephant community, where we talk about the law of attraction, spirituality, self-development, and so much more. Today I want to talk to you guys about how I view our world as a spiritual training ground and how many other people view it as the same. And I've been receiving all of these downloads and resources that show us that this world truly is a spiritual training ground. Now, this idea first came to me as I was reading the book Sacred Science by Nick Polizzi, I think it is. Nick Polizzi? Anyways, he's a great author. That's a great book, highly recommended. And basically it talks about exactly what I was saying in the intro, that we are all given the exact challenge that we are meant to have in order to transcend and to become the people we are meant to be and the people that we chose to become before this physical incarnation. It's almost like before we come into being, before we are born, we have a sit down with whatever higher power or higher intelligent beings, counsel, whatever it is that you believe in. It's like we sit with them and we're like, this is what's going to happen to me at this age because it will teach me to become this. And this is the experience and the contrast I'd like to have in my eternal soul so that I can transcend and grow and my consciousness can expand and I can bring this information back to source and I can make the all-powerful creator more of itself by knowing this experience. I know that this is super esoteric, but there is a very practical, everyday lesson that I want you to get from this video. And that is that nothing that you are handed is too much. You can handle it. You have the power, the resources, and the strength to get through this. And there's a reason why you're experiencing it as well. In general, I want us to understand, to come to an understanding that this world is a spiritual training ground. And it is meant for us to just experience. What are you experiencing? What do you desire to experience? If you want to manifest something, I have a challenge for you. I want you to start saying to yourself, I'd like to experience this in my life. I feel like I've been doing that lately and it's been giving me great results. Like, I feel like I want to experience this today, and then I experience that. It's all about experiencing things in this reality, in this physical incarnation. The thing is, how can you experience growth when you're in perfection, when you're in heaven, where everything is exactly, immediate? You manifest, you want something and you're like this and it comes, and we see all these near-death experience stories and all these people and all these religions tell us what heaven is like. There's no growth in heaven. There's no growth in a perfect life. So we come onto this spiritual training ground to learn new things about ourselves, to experience ourselves. And growth happens from negativity, from the hard times, from the bad things happening to us. It makes us more patient people, more understanding, more compassionate, more caring. When we transcend challenges, when we go through them, when we push through them, when we learn through them, we become who we are meant to be. And I think that this is where like law of attraction and manifesting can come in as well. So often we are over here at point A and we want to get to point B. We're like, I desire to be here at point B. And in order to be the kind of person that deserves your manifestation at point B, you have to go through all this stuff to get there. Because if you're still the person that you are at point A and you just move over here, you're not going to feel any differently. You have to feel differently by going through the journey, and the journey is hardly ever like this. Right? Experience that heartbreak, experience that loss, experience that pain. Go through whatever it is that's supposed to make you stronger, as cliche as that sound, but go through it and it will make you into that person that you were always meant to be. And that person who desires this thing on the other side, you're now ready to receive it. Personal growth and changes have to happen internally before they can ever happen externally. And I've talked about this before in other videos. People think that once they receive this or that or this or that, they're gonna feel happy, they're gonna feel complete, accomplished. I guarantee you that that's just not the case. Whenever you manifest whatever it is that you want to manifest, whether it be a new house, a career, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a wife, a husband, a dog, or whatever it is that you want, more money, you're going to be the same exact person once you receive those things. The outside circumstances do not have an effect on our insides. Our inside has all the effect on the outside. We can transcend, we can grow, we can change things when we change things on the inside. In this sense, even the small things like getting a ticket is there for us to learn from, to grow from, to experience from. There's nothing that is happening by accident. The other day, I was driving and, sometimes in LA on the right side, you're not allowed to park during certain times on the street. 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. you're not allowed to park on certain streets. So a car had parked where they weren't supposed to park, and there was a lot of traffic in the left lane. So I was trying to signal to get into the left lane, to go over there, as anybody would who's stuck in the right lane. And I was just signaling, and this girl, instead of letting me in like any kind normal person would, she slammed on the gas and made sure not to let me in. And then not only that, she flicked me off. She gave me the finger. She flipped me the bird, whatever it is that Americans say. And at first, I was just laughing because I'm like, what did I even do? Did I deserve that? I was just trying to get through, and I'm such a nice person, I'll let 5 cars through before I ever flip somebody off. She was just so aggressive about it, so negative and mean about it. It was so unnecessary. And I was laughing, and then my ego was just kind of a little bit indignant, and I was like, what did I do? I'm so nice, I don't deserve that. And then I realized, even this little thing is proof to me that this world is a spiritual training ground. Because look at that. There goes my ego feeling indignant. I thought that I'm working on my ego, that we have a good relationship, that we know that I'm in the driver's seat now, not my ego. I live through my heart, not through my ego. Yet look at this small, tiny little thing that happened to set off my ego, to make me feel indignant. And take me right back to my victim mentality of I'm so nice, I always get taken advantage of. I always get walked all over. Right back to that victim mentality. I changed my perspective on the whole situation, and I was like, that was a mirror. That was me needing to see, girl, you still got work to do. And that girl could have been having a really rough day. Maybe a ton of people cut her off. Maybe she just got fired, got broken up with, just having a bad day. And did I deserve? Obviously not. Nobody does. But it happened because, she needed to let off some steam. Let her let off some steam. If you live from your heart, you feel compassion for people regardless, no matter what, despite everything. So even little things like that, like somebody just being aggressive towards you or just mean for no reason, that's all happening for you. If you have a coworker or another classmate that picks on you and is mean to you, understand that that relationship is a mirror and it was meant for you. It exists for you to grow from it. A lot of people come to me and they say to me, how do I deal with having a negative family? I'm raising my vibration and I have this negative family who always brings me down. And that is, to me, such an obvious sign of this is exactly what you were meant to transcend in this life. How can you grow despite your physical circumstances? I posted not long ago a question on Instagram, on my Instagram story, which was, are we powerless to our outside circumstances? Is the human being powerless to transcending our external physical circumstances? And I answered that myself. I spoke about Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl from his book, and how he said that through the power of the mind, he was able to transcend the irritability, the absolutely horrific, mind-blowingly terrifying and heart-aching physical circumstances of being a Holocaust victim. Human beings that are literally not sure whether they're going to be incinerated within the next hour or shot in the face. If human beings were able to transcend that kind of physical circumstances, then we can transcend whatever setting we are in. We have that ability. If they did it, we can too. That was heavy, sorry about that. At the end of the day, we have a right to question why things happen. We have a right to be like, well, why did that happen? We don't have a right to be like, this isn't fair, because that's not what life is like. Life is not fair or unfair. Life just is. And we have to decide if the power is in other people's hands. If you want to give everybody else the power, sure, say all day long about how unfair things are. But if you want to take the power back into your hands, throw out that question whether things are fair or unfair and realize that you are powerful and you have the power to change your reality. You can make it through whatever thing you're struggling from, and you were given exactly what you can handle, and everything is perfect. Because if you have faith and if you know that you are an immortal spiritual being and that things happen the way they're supposed to happen because this is a spiritual training ground, then we throw away that question of faith. And I'm reading a book right now. It's called Seat of the Soul by Gary Zukov, I believe. And it talks a lot about that. How throw out that question whether something is fair or not. Focusing on that is giving away your power. Take back your power. Forget that word fair. Forget it. Be a good person. Learn from the things that you're going through and understand that they're getting you exactly where you were meant to be. Understand that there's a bigger picture to all this. At the end of my little encounter with that girl and this realization that, I still have work to do when it comes to living from my heart instead of from my ego, I got this message in my head, and the message was this. It's my new motto, and I would really love it if you guys took it upon yourselves as well. My new motto is, where can I soften? So I'm in this situation where my defenses are up and I'm just like, that's not fair. Why did she treat me like that? Thinking about fair. I didn't deserve that. Instead of being so tense and feeling like, oh, why did that just happen to me? I softened. And then I thought to myself, where else can I soften? Where can I feel compassion for that girl? And then I felt compassion for her. And then I felt better. And then the rest of my day was absolutely lovely. And then the rest of my life is absolutely lovely. Even when I go through hard times, even when I'm sad, even when I'm in pain, even when I hurt, even when I feel indignant, I soften. Where can we soften? Today's video was more of a rant than an actual structured video. If you liked it, please give the video a thumbs up and let me know in the comments below. I'll make more videos of just my random thoughts and life realizations. I often talk about my random thoughts and life realizations on my email list. If you haven't subscribed to my emails yet, you can do so by downloading my heart chakra meditation for free. The link is in the description below. Let me know in the comments where you plan on softening in your life, and if you're going to take this motto onto yourself, this new life, way of life. Where can we soften? Thank you for watching and for listening to my ramblings. I love you. And until next time, as always, keep your vibrations way, way, way up.